I almost hate that closes in sales are called a close, because it gives us a false sense of like it needs to happen at the end. Like I almost wish it was like called an activator or a something like activation or empowering statement or whatever, because you guys just need to learn that in the Easton close, you're not being pushy, you're not being manipulative. They freaking can't reject you. Like you literally cannot take a back step. And so you need to be doing it more. And like right now with everything that's going on in the world, like there's a lot of negativity out there. If we are not actively trying to close these deals, they're not going to close. And then I'm just going to say it, right? Like even people like Larry that's super confident and great and everything's going great. There's still deals that Larry's not trying to activate the deal or close the deal that it would have closed if he had just spoke the words and put it out there. Like us sitting around and waiting for the customer to activate themselves. I don't know if that's the best word. Maybe we can come up with an alternative word for a close. Us waiting for them to do something, it ain't going to get the job done, right? And even if you're negative, even if you're having a bad day, like throw this stuff out there. You can use it multiple times in a single conversation, and the person's not even going to notice it's happening. So let me just share my screen. Let me throw this up here for you. I know this is review for most of you. I get it. I'm with you. I understand you've seen this before, but practice this, guys. Put it. There's a deal out there for every single one of us. Like today, I guarantee you there's a freaking deal out there for you today. If you just went through your CRM and called people, if nothing else, like let's say I'm going to call Jason, right? Hey Jason, Matt Easton over here at Easton Logistics, calling to see if it makes sense for us to move your warehouse, right? Just literally turn it into a follow-up. But instead we like master the close, guys, and we think, oh, I can only say that at the close. Like that's only like my ta-da moment. It's not. You guys can use this in real time. Hey, Jason, does it make sense for us to move the warehouse for you? Right? Hey, Jason, does it make sense for us to help me with your residential move? Hey, Jason, does it make sense to get you access to the sales coaching? Hey, Jason, does it make sense to have us do that fixed annuity for you? Right? When you ask people if something makes sense, guys, like Jason's like, I have no idea what you're talking about with fixed annuities and with all that stuff. But all of those statements, JV, that I was just throwing at you, were you pissed off? Did I sound annoying in any way? No, he's shaking his head no. I'm just calling to see if it makes sense to blank, right? Here's what happens, guys, and especially in this market right now. Like let's say I was selling insurance. Hey, Jason, does it make sense for us to get started with that non-standard auto so that we can consolidate all the delivery trucks under one carrier? It's a logical question, right? Yes, it does. And you're going to be like, God, I've got my ass kicked all week this week. Nobody's ever going to buy from me. Throw a few of those out, and you're going to be shocked at how often they'll be like, yes, and you'll be like, okay, what? You'll be like going for the next step, and it's like, yes. Oh, congratulations, you made a great decision. I'm going to send you a packet over with everything to get you on Chubb or whatever the blah-blah-blah blankety-blank policy was. Just go for the dang close, right? Worst case, Jason's going to go, no. Hey, Jason, does it make sense for us to consolidate, to move everything over from blankety-blank over to a singular policy over with Chubb so that we can get both your workers' comp and your non-standard auto under one policy? No. Got it. What's a good next step, right? Now he's going to tell you, well, you know, my CFO, it's actually my wife, my CFO needs to look at it. I need to send her a deck page for XYZ and ABC. Perfect. I'll put that together right now. How about I do this, Jason? I'll actually just kind of write a one-pager regarding the current situation in terms of commingling those policies, the capabilities that you need, consolidating there to one carrier, and next steps in terms of moving everything over from the two carriers right now over to a single one at Chubb. Give me about like 25 minutes to write that up. I'll shoot that over with the deck pages. And then what's a good next step for me? Right? Well, I'll walk her through it this afternoon. Perfect. I'll include my mobile number on there. If you have any questions, if she has any questions, if there's anything comes up while you guys are going over it, I'm at 720-660-3202. I'll put it there in the one pager that I send you. Then I'll call you. You're gonna go over it with her today? Yeah, today or tonight. Perfect. I'll call you tomorrow 10 a.m. if I haven't heard from you before then. Guys, like, I know we're learning a ton on how to handle objections. I know we're learning a ton on how to get attention. I know we're learning a ton on how to be skillful and monetize these deals. But if we're not trying to close the deal, right? And again, we got to come up somebody. I'll throw you a gift card. We got to come up with a better word than close because it's like too final, right? If we're not learning how to get the person to take action, they're not going to take action. Right? So let's say I say to Jason, hey, does it make sense to have us do the move for your, whatever it is that you're selling, right? Does it make sense to get you in the Muay Thai class? No. Got it. What's a good next step then? I don't know. Point the question at yourself. Totally understand. And listen to my flow, guys. It's not, hey, Jason, perhaps does it make sense to get your company to do a group cardio kickboxing class? Right? Confident. Hey, Jason, does it make sense to get your company to do a group cardio kickboxing package for the whole team there? No, Matt, not right now. Got it. What's a good next step? I'm just not sure. Totally understand. What's a good next step for me? Man, can you send me over the group pricing one more time? Absolutely. When you say group pricing, can you give me a specific example of what you were hoping to see? Yeah, because I talked to you about 35 people. We actually have another 40 warehouse employees. We'd like to see what pricing would be like for 70 to 100 employees. Like when somebody asks for something, ask for a specific example, right? What's a good next step for me? Worst case, what are they going to say, guys? Bill Cook says to me, what's a good next step for me? What is the worst thing I could say to Bill Cook? I don't know, Bill. Right? And I would never even say it like a jerk. I sounded like a jerk there. You get it. I make a ton of calls, guys. There's a jerk in every 10,000. It ain't a jerk in every 4. Okay? If you get a jerk in every 4 conversations, you're pushing people too hard. But Bill says, I don't know, Matt. I'm just going to set a next step. Right? Totally understand, Bill. How about we do this? I'll give me like 25 minutes, Bill. I'll summarize my understanding of your current situation, the capabilities that you need in terms of changing the payment processing there for your 7 locations and recouping a lot of those merchant fees with a cashback program. I'll have that out to you in the next 20 to 30 minutes. And then what's a good next step for me? I just don't know, Matt. Perfect. I'll call you. Let's see, what is today? Tuesday? I'll call you Friday if I haven't heard from you before then, Bill. Right? And Bill's like, okay, cool. Awesome, Bill. Mission, let's reduce these fees down to sub 2%. Fair enough? Right? How can you make all this close more powerful, guys? When we slow down in the beginning, we speed up the results in the end. Hey, Bill, what's your biggest reason for needing to reduce your merchant fees? Right? I'm spending a ton on merchant services. When you say you're spending a ton, can you give me a specific example? Yeah, I spent $7,000 last month with Stripe. Right? Like, we need to be asking this stuff in the beginning. Because when we're asking this stuff in the beginning, we can attach the outcome to our close or our activator or whatever the hell we're going to start calling the close. And then I could say, hey, Bill, does it make sense to move everything over to us? We can get you the cashback discount thing so you can avoid that 7% fee to Stripe, which was, I think, as you had mentioned, $11,000 that you spent last month alone in processing fees. We can get that to sub 2,000. Right? Attach the outcome when you're closing. It's really hard then for Bill to say no. If he does, what's a good next step? Right? If he says, I don't know, what's a good next step for me or what's a good next step on my end? Right? Weave in your Easton University power email. How about we do this? I'll summarize my understanding of the current situation, capabilities needed, next steps in terms of reducing those fees from $11,000 a month to sub 2,000. Give me like 20 minutes, I'll have that over to you, and then, what's today, Tuesday? I'll call you Thursday afternoon if I haven't heard from you before then. Set a darn next step, guys. This is what I wanted to cover. We'll open it up to questions. I see them queuing up. I know this was review for many of you, but for all of us, myself included, We need to be reminded of the fact that if we are not moving, if we are not advancing, if we are not activating, if we are not, dare I say, closing, these suckers are not going to close themselves. And if they are, that is the worst news you can ever receive. If a customer or client calls you and it's like, hey, we're ready to move forward, pat yourself on the back, write it on your board, because hopefully you're tracking your deals. Celebrate for a second. Don't stop to take pictures, but celebrate for a second. And then you need to look in a mirror and go, how is it that they somehow went this whole time? Because when they called you and said, hey, we want to do this, there was a point in time when they said, I want to do this. And now time has passed before they're like, okay, well, let me call him and do it. Just like when somebody quits your company. Nobody quits your company, no, you yourself included. Nobody quits the moment they quit. They quit 3 weeks before. They quit a long ass time ago, right? Like nobody buys when they tell you we want to buy. They were ready to buy. There's a point in time where you could have closed that deal. You just didn't do it. And then you wait long enough and they'll do it for you or with somebody else. So we have to get in the habit of activating, advancing. Again, somebody's going to come up with a better word, these deals, so that they're not sitting around waiting to close. If you like this video, I got you. I'm going to hook you up. Click the link in my bio. I'm going to give you the closing mini masterclass. It's normally $300. I'm going to pay for everything. You're going to close a lot more business. You're going to make a lot more money. You're going to have a lot more fun. And you're going to be like, Matt Easton changed my life. And I'm going to be like, yes, I did. Did we just become best friends? And you're going to say, yes, we did. And then you and I are going to be best friends and it'll be great. So click the link in my bio so we can be friends and you can close more business and I'll cover all the cost. See you there.